Hi everyone, welcome to my Flosstube channel, Thread the Needle. My name is Vani and I'm from Newfoundland, Canada. For those of you who are joining me again and have been here for a while, thank you for coming back, and I hope you enjoyed today's video as much as the previous ones, if not more. And for those of you who are fairly new to my channel, thank you and welcome. This is a channel where I love to share my works in progresses on all my full coverage stitching, and a place that I just love to talk about all things cross stitch. So welcome, sit back, and for a few minutes let me give you something to think about and talk about. Okay, so as per normal, I have 3 works in progresses that I usually start off with. Oh, for those of you who are here often, you'll notice the little change in venue. Same room, just different wall. I figured I've got some really nice natural light coming out of the window today, so I thought let's take advantage of it rather than having all kinds of light shining in my face while I'm trying to film. So I got the window behind the camera to hopefully better showcase my works in progress. So let's jump right in with a progress on my 3 focus pieces of the year. These are 3 pieces that, because of the fact that I am a multi-project full coverage stitcher, I rotate through my projects a lot. But there was 3 projects that this year I really wanted to see some progress on, so I decided that instead of, even though I'll still rotate through my other projects, these projects every week will get a little bit of work done on. I say that, but like I said, these last few weeks, it had either the weather has been good, so it's summertime, or the weather has been good, so you have to do work outside, or it's family time, or lately there have been a few nights where I'm just not in the mood to stitch, which does happen on occasion. Thankfully, not as often as enough to kind of disrupt my stitching. Just every once in a while, I'm just not in the mood to stitch. I would rather read a book or just watch some TV. Or if I have to say, I think the last couple of times it was an eye strain issue, and not because I was struggling to see the stitching, but I think whether being outdoors or something, my eyes got irritated, and then I just didn't want to pick up the stitching and have to strain to see everything. So lots of reasons, but I still did get some stitching done the last couple of weeks. So let's see what we have. So we'll start back off with showing you Ganesha. I don't believe much was done on it since the last time I showed you, but instead I'll give you a treat on what has been done on it so far. So let me undo the Q snaps and show you my progress so far. So this is Ganesha. It's a Heaven and Earth Designs full coverage project. It is being stitched on 2/1 full cross, and I absolutely love this piece. It is just so colorful and so detailed and so much fun to stitch. Okay, ready you guys? It's still on my stand. Let's see if that makes, oh, hang on. All right. Okay. So this is the top 2 rows that I've got completed there, and let's see if I can just pick her up. There we go. So this is how much I have done on it so far. Oh, I haven't unraveled it in a really long time, so it's really nice to see. So right now I'm stitching on this section right here, and I got to start on there, and this diagonal is what I'm stitching on right now. It is still one of my favorite pieces to work on, because just the vibrancy of the colors and the detail that comes out every time I put a few more stitches in, I just love it. I absolutely love it. Now, the other focus piece that I am working on is, it's the Mystery Cell by the Cross Stitch Studio, and I'm happy to say that I'm plugging along. It's not too bad. I'm making my way through it. Maybe I should actually show you what Ganesha is going to look like when it's completely done. Here's what Ganesha will look like when it's fully finished. So I can't wait to get to that point. and I have more and more details coming out. I get to work more on that lotus, and it's just gonna be so much fun. The next one is a mystery cell, so I don't have a photo of what it's going to look like when it's finished, but it is a full coverage piece, and this is the page that I'm currently working on, and this is how much is done here till the bottom. It's a wood log that the owl, I'm assuming that the owl is sitting on. Not sure how the bottom of the owl is going to shape up. The next few pages that came out were across this way, and I noticed a bit of color on other people's completed pictures. There's some leaves and flower. I think there might be a flower or something there. So it's really nice. I'm still very much enjoying this, but like I said, time has gotten away from me the last 2 weeks, so I haven't really put much in it, but here it is. I'm I'm really looking forward to, because it's a mystery and you don't know what it's stitching on. I know for some people that would be just a little bit of a panic, but I find it kind of exciting. And I know that the end result will be nice anyway, because of other charts that I've seen this company come out with and other results. So I'm really looking forward to continuing to work on this. And I have decided that I do my daily 100. It is a, I guess you could call it a stitching project per month. It is where I commit to stitch on one particular project for 100 stitches a day. I do it, a couple of other stitchers out there do it. I think Leanne does it from Small Town Stitches. I've decided that every month I'm going to change my daily 100 project. And this month I'll show you what I'm working on now. But for next month I needed to pick a project, and I decided to pick this one because I figure this needs a little bit of push to get me through the little progress that I've made and make it onto the other pages, because I'm a little bit behind and I want to see how close I can get. And I have found that the daily 100 has really helped me. The first project that I used it on was my other focus piece, and I was amazed at how much progress I just made. All I had to do was 100 stitches a day before I could stitch on anything else, and it really works. I was able to do just the 100 stitches. It works really well for projects that have like a lot of background work to be done, and it's really hard to just sit and stitch that. But if you're only committed to doing 100 stitches a day, it's great for that kind of thing. And then the current project that I started using for my daily 100 for the month of July made great progress on that. So I'm looking forward to using this as my daily 100 for the month of August, hoping to put quite a bit of stitches in there. Because technically speaking, if you get 100 stitches a day put in a particular project for a month, let's say the month of August, that's 31 days, that's 3,100 stitches added to a project. So I think we're in a good place if that's where I am with it. So on to my next focus piece of the year. This is a project called Siamese Fighting Fish, and it's by Anita, One Stipple Two Stitch on Instagram and on Etsy, where you can buy the chart. Here is what it is. The art, oh, that's dark. The artwork is by her son, and he gave her permission to create it into a cross stitch chart, because why not? It's going to be beautiful when it's completed. I'm having so much fun stitching this chart. Now, even though I didn't get much done this last couple weeks on it, I'm still very fairly in a similar position that I was last time. But this section here is the glow in the dark, so fun to work on. And then these colorful greens and blues, there's going to be more of that coming out, and I'm very excited. I think the next few diagonal rows, there's going to be a lot of colorful changing things happening, so I'm really looking forward to that. I don't think the full black stitching comes anymore until like towards the end of the top row, so like around there. So I think I have a good few pages of something colorful coming up on the page, so I'm looking forward to that. I've actually kind of debated on, because I buy all my DMC from my local Michaels, and I'll wait till there's a sale, or I'll use a coupon or anything like that. But I've always wondered, because some people I hear that you can buy those DMC cones of one particular color. I'm thinking I might invest in like the dark colors, like the 310s or the 939s or the 823s, because this one has a lot of the black, the 310, and I believe the 939, and the Ganesha has a lot of the 823, all that dark blue around the outside. So a thought to think about, that maybe I will think about getting a cone of DMC, so you know I don't have to keep replenishing my master stock of DMC threads, and I can just take it from the cone. Something to think about. I'll have to poke around and see how much those DMC cones cost and where is the best place to get those, and see if that's an option for me. But yeah, so that's my third focus piece of the year. Now we will move on, sorry about that. We will move on to another work in progress that I didn't get a lot in. I just worked on it one night, and I managed to put in around a little over 200 stitches, and it was Sunflower Bee by Heaven and Earth Designs, and it's right here. So this is what it's going to look like when it's complete. This was one of my new starts in May, and I think it's just going to be so lovely when it's finished. It's such a joyful piece. Whenever I'm working on it, I can't wait to get to the bee, the little bee in the sunflower. I can't wait to get to it. So that has been fun to stitch on. I haven't made much progress because it was a new start on a whim type of project, and but I did get 200 stitches in there. So this is the corner that I'm working on. I finished that diagonal, and then I was able to add on a little bit more. The first few diagonals are going to be like that, just block stitching. So hopefully the next time it comes around in my rotation that I'll actually get more done on it. I'm stitching this one on 18 count 2/1 full cross. So that is that one. Now on to the project that I've selected for my daily 100. I picked World Coverage Bookshelf because I felt like it wasn't coming around in the rotation often enough for me to be happy about it, because I love stitching on it, and I really wanted to make some progress on it, and I know that using it as a daily 100 will achieve that goal for me, and it's working. I'm getting quite a bit of done on it. So let's first show you where I'm at on it. I was able to, with the daily 100s, fill in, I think I was like up here somewhere. It was all sparsely filled in this column here, all the way down. So I was able to fill all of that in. And I just love the detail that comes out of it. I mean, even just in the column, even though it's like different colors, and just the detail in the column is coming out. And then we have the letter here. I'll open it up later so you can see what I'm talking about. And then I was able to start the next column over. And as you can see, because there's more of the exact same color over here, I feathered my stitches alternately so that I wouldn't get a column line. So this one is World Travel Bookshelf, and here's how much I have done so far. This much. So we'll get those out of the way. It is one of my favorite things to work on because it is so colorful. All these colors are my kind of colors, and all the detail is just so much fun. And I'm getting into this. I think I'm almost done. I know somewhere on one of the Facebook pages, I asked someone if they could list all the places on the World Travel Bookshelf. So here's what it's gonna look like when it's done. It's so beautiful. That's not it, that's it. So let me put that down there. So here's what it's gonna look like when it's finished. However, I am doing each shelf by itself. So I'm only doing the top shelf. So maybe this angle of me sitting on this side is not so great for the wanting to show you something on the tablet, is it? I don't know if that's gonna work. All right, so you guys can look up this picture on the Heaven and Earth Designs website. It is the World Travel Bookshelf, has 4 shelves, and I'm doing one shelf at a time. And as you can see, the first corner is India, and then I think it's Thailand, and some other places I can obviously pick out because we've got Big Ben, so that's the London down there on the second shelf. We've got the Eiffel Tower, so there's Paris and France over there. I think that's the San Francisco Bridge, so that's America over there. And the Statue of Liberty. So a couple places I could pick out. But I was on a Facebook page a long time ago, and I just put the question out there. I said, does anybody know all the places on the World Travel Bookshelf? And someone had listed them all. And Amy Stewart also actually answered and said, yes, this is the correct list of all the places. So I thought that was pretty cool. So I'm coming up to finish, I finished all of India over here, and I gotta see what this next place is all about. But that is super fun. I have another few more days left on my daily 100 with that because we're at the end of July. And then we'll have another project for the daily 100. Now, my final work in progress is mini Christmas mailbox. And this is what it's gonna look like when complete. Just a peaceful, calming Christmas, wintertime image. And I was really drawn to it, and I really, really like it. Now, the cool thing about this one is I have decided that I'm going to stitch this project on 2/1 full cross on 18 count. But the cool thing is I've decided I'm going to try extreme cross-country stitching on this project. So that means that I have to pick one symbol, find it, and stitch it all across the entire project until it's done before I can move on to another color. So far, so good. Even though I'm doing extreme cross-country stitching, because the project is so big and that only a portion of it will fit within my Q-snap, before I have to move it and then continue on with that same color, I've decided to still do my diagonal cross-country stitching method because it just keeps me organized, and then I'm not losing my place and trying to figure out where everything is. So here it is. So the first color that was selected is this lovely pale pink color. So as you can see, there's a diagonal line of stitches there. Still stitching with the diagonal cross-country stitching method, as well as doing the extreme cross-country stitching. Seems to be working for me. The diagonal cross-country just keeps me organized. I can stay within the column and I don't lose my place, and it's much easier to count. So this is just the one top corner of the project. There's still a lot more over here and a lot more down here. We'll see how much more I can get done. I started it. I got all the material and everything ready a couple of weeks ago on July 1st. But I was super excited to get started, so I put in like 100 stitches. Not a lot, but then Leanne and I, who's doing a Christmas stitch along with me, we have decided to stitch on every 25th and 26th of the month this piece. So we both started a Christmas full coverage piece for Christmas in July, but we decided to stitch on it every month on the 25th and the 26th. And she picked a stocking, which is lovely. I picked mini home Christmas mailbox, which is also lovely. And I'm really enjoying this whole concept of the extreme cross-country stitching. Let's see if my patience holds out and that I can continue going with it. So far, so good. I'm gonna say that I'm still quite enjoying it, and all I've got in is the pale pink. Really looking forward to where it takes me and how I make out with it all, because it's been so much fun to do. Now, what else have I got to talk about? I really still want to do more Stitch With Me videos. I'm glad that you all commented on the last one that I made and that you really enjoyed it and liked the way that I was explaining what I was doing with my diagonal cross country, so I'm happy to help. I do want to do more Stitch With Me videos. However, I do all this on my phone, and there's not enough space or memory or on it for it to be functional and be able to do it. Because when I do a stitch with me, there's no way that I could sit for a long period of time and record it at the same time. That video would just be too long. So what I usually do is I record when I'm stitching on a particular project. I record every time I'm stitching, and then when I'm editing the video, if I'm not talking, I'll speed it up a little bit with some background music and then talk in between here and there. But yeah, there's just not enough space on my phone. But my birthday's coming up in August, and my wonderful husband has said that why don't I just get something to help me out with these Flosstube videos and stitch with me. So that is the plan. So looking forward to that. So hopefully once everything calms down with summer and everything like that, I'll have more time to do more things like that. The things that I really love doing, stitching. And also in August, we've got family visiting. So I think the next video in the beginning of August, I should be able to get out on normal time. But if perchance, because family's in town and I don't get a lot of time to stitch, if I have nothing to show you, I could just show you all my projects just for the fun of it, so you can all see what all my works in progresses look like. We can always do that. But I do like to have some kind of content to show you that I'm actually stitching, because I just love it. I just love stitching so much. And I'm so happy you guys could join me here today, and I hope you enjoyed seeing all the works in progress I had, or the works not in progress I had. And next time I hope to have more to show you. But you know what? It is what it is. Life happens, and I don't want to stress about it because stitching makes me so happy. Yes, I want to have things to show you guys, but at the same time, I don't want to stress out about it. So forgive me if at some point it takes me a little longer to put a video out. It's just because I need a little extra time to stitch. And so that is the plan. I'm so glad you guys are here today, and I hope you enjoyed the video. It has been wonderful. Have a wonderful day. Bye now.